Welcome to New Thought Unity on this Labor Day weekend. We're going to sing some songs about working, and we're glad that you're here to worship with us. It's really not started yet, so you can continue, what we got, 2 minutes and 46 seconds? We can do this song in that amount of time, right? It's been a hard day's night, and I've been sleeping, working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night, I should be sleeping like a log. But when I get home to you, I find the things that you do, you make me feel alright. You know I work all day to buy you money, to buy you things. And it's worth it just to hear you say you're gonna give me everything. So why on earth should I moan? Cause when I get you alone, you know I feel okay. When I'm home, everything seems to be right. When I'm home, baby, you're holding me tight. It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night, I should be sleeping like a log. But when I get home to you, I find the things that you do, you make me feel alright. Play it, Pat. So why on earth should I moan? Can I get you alone? You know I feel okay.
When I'm home, everything seems to be right. When I'm home, baby, you're holding me tight.
Yeah. It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night, I should be sleeping like a log. But when I get home to you, I find the things that you do, you make me feel alright. You know I feel alright.
Alright.
You know I feel alright.
Ooh.
Hello, Althea.
Hello, David. How are you this great? Is it summer still? Morning.
Some of you may be wondering where the ministers are. Michael and Megan are on a vacation. I think they're out in Oregon somewhere
with
on the
children.
Pacific coast. And so we have the lovely and talented Althea Palmer filling in on the platform today.
Thank you. Thank you.
And a special guest that we'll talk about in a little while. But Althea?
All right, so I want to welcome everyone and thank you for being here this bright Sunday morning. I'm affirming that it's a good day for a good day. And this is a fantastic day because we've started our day out here at New Thought Unity Center, ready to meet and greet our good through word and through song. So thank you, Holy Spirit, that dwells and lives in each and every one of us for this great day. On such a great day. Amen.
We're going to get some song leaders up here, and they're going to get the microphones on, and we're going to sing a song. But let's all stand up and get ready to affirm the fact that we hold the power and the dream. I hold the power, I hold the dream. In this shining hour, I feel the richness in me. Every shower adds to the dream. I hold the I hold the power. I hold the dream. I hold the dream. I hold the power. I hold the power. I hold the dream. I hold the dream. I hold the power. I hold the power. I hold the dream. I hold the dream. I hold the power. I hold the power. I hold the dream. I hold the dream. I hold the power. I hold the dream. In this shining hour, I feel the richness in me. Every shower adds to the stream. I hold the power and the dream. I hold the power and the dream. One more time. I hold the power and the dream. Everyone, take a moment to greet the lovely person beside you and say hello this fine Sunday morning. So what's next? I mean, we're good.
Yes, it has been. It has been. So Mary did confirm for
Yeah, I saw that.
who you looking for?
I'm looking for a board member. I was hoping Ken would come because Brenda is having eye trouble. She is trying to stay really still because she's had black spots and then white flashes and get detached retina.
I love it. Health and wholeness. We got to put on the prayer list.
Yeah.
Must be unity.
What about
I feel a good vibration, healing and transformation all through this congregation. Must be unity, the experience is our mission. Universal wholeness is our vision. Be who you are, you've got permission. Must be, must be, must be unity. N-T-U-C, unity.
Yeah. So I'd like to ask you all to take this opportunity and silence your electronic devices as our service comes to a full service. And I want you to know that wherever you are on your spiritual journey, that you are welcomed here. So thank you for coming here this morning. And may your experience be a positive one. And speaking of that, let's say our mission statement. Together, our mission is to experience spirituality. And our vision statement. Our vision is universal wholeness through spiritual healing and transformation.
Awesome. This happens to be the first Sunday of the month, which means it's time to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries. Who has a birthday or anniversary in this lovely month of September? Standing up. There they are. In F. God is blessing you now. All right, here we go. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you. You are wonderful. God is blessing you now. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest with us today who's going to lead us into meditation and give us a wonderful message here in a few minutes. I've known Alden Studebaker for years now, a wonderful minister, author of several books, and who has, in a word, been in his cave for the last little while. So we are blessed today the fact that Alden has come to speak to us after maybe a 5 or 6 year hiatus from platforms like these where he served for many, many years. So Alden's going to lead us in our meditation and in our message a little later on. So before we get all contemplative and go inside, let's give a big warm welcome to Alden Studebaker. We'll make sure that microphone is on and out. I open my heart to what you know, so I can stretch, so I can grow. When feelings toss me to and fro, I open my heart to what you know. I open my eyes to what you see, to understand what I could be. When feelings get the best of me, I open my eyes to what you see. I open my ears to what you hear, so I can keep you very near. When feelings make it so unclear, I open my ears to what you hear. I open my heart to what you know, so I can stretch, so I can grow. When feelings toss me to and fro, I open my heart to what you know.
Let us enter into this time of meditation by gently closing our eyes and letting go of all outer distractions, all outer thoughts. And let us breathe in the breath of life deeply. And as we do, we inwardly invite into our experience that breath of spirit. As we exhale, let us release and let go. Release and let go of all of those thoughts, all of those demands of life. Breathe in and out. For we are here for these next few moments let the Spirit of God, the Spirit of truth, express fully and freely through us. And as we rest in this experience of God's presence, we begin to feel a sense of oneness. A oneness that includes all that is the universe. A connection to all manifestation. Everything in the physical, and yet at the same time, an awareness of the vast world within us. And from deep within us, there is that source, that wellspring of spirit, the expression of absolute good. And it is from this process of letting go that we're able to see ourselves as we truly are, as expressions of this one Spirit, this one power. And that all that we do in our daily lives, in our work, and in our relations with others, is an expression of this inner spirit that we are. This is true identity. And so I ask you to sit now in this inner sanctuary of your being, and to do so for a moment in the silence. And now, as we come forth from this time of meditation, we carry with us an awareness of the flow of spiritual energy into our daily lives. An awareness that this is our true identity. And we give thanks for this time of renewal, of meditation. And we do so in the name, through the power of the living Christ Spirit within us all. And so it is. Amen.
I open my heart to what you know, so I can stretch, so I can grow. When feeling storms me to and fro, I open my heart to what you know.
Just to add a little more information on Alden, he has been an ordained Unity minister since 1984. He's served in ministries throughout California, Texas, Washington, and 10 years at Garden Park. And he was here at New Thought Unity Center from 2007 to 2008 as an adjunct minister. He's an author of 4 books, a best-selling Unity Bible handbook, and Wisdom for a Lifetime. It's been 6 years since Alden has spoke here at New Thought Unity Center. So after we do this next number, I welcome you to listen to Alden Studebaker. Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backwards thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There is so much hatred, war and poverty. Wake up, all the teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say. They're the ones who's coming up, and the world is in their hands. When you teach the children, teach the very best you can. The world won't get no better if we just let it be. Na 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 na. Then the world won't get no better. We gotta change the world, just you and me. Wake up, all the doctors, make the old people well. They're the ones who suffer and catch all the hell. But they don't have so very long before their judgment day. Or won't you make them happy before they pass away? Wake up, all the builders, time to build a new land. I know we can do it if we just lend a hand. The only things we have to do is put it in our minds. Surely things will work out. They do it all the time. Sing it with me. The world won't get no better if we just let it be. Na 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 na, yeah. The world won't get no better. We gotta change the world, just you and me. The world won't get no better just let it be. Na 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 na, yeah. The world won't get no better. We gotta change the world, just you and me.
Yeah, you and me.
With all this going on in Texas,
Yeah, you and me.
with all this
Change
going
the
on in
world.
Korea,
Change, you
all
and
over this
me.
world, there's something going on.
Change
Fires
the world.
raging, water's
Change the
flooding,
world.
people
We got
dying.
to change.
We got to change the world,
Change the world.
change the world,
Just you and me.
just you and me.
Change the world.
Let's change the world,
Change
just you and me. Change the world. Amen.
Althea Palmer, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that was awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Althea. And David and the band. And I'd like to extend a special thank you from here all the way to the Pacific Northwest to Reverends Michael and Megan, who are enjoying a wonderful vacation up there. Before I begin, I'd like to talk about something that's been on our hearts the last week or so, and that is the hurricane down in Texas and Louisiana. And maybe you felt maybe a little frustrated. There's not much you can do, to help folks. And of course, people are accepting donations. And what I wanted to mention is that I saw on Facebook that the Unity Church in Houston is going to be involved with some of the relief efforts. So if you're looking for a place to maybe send a donation, go online, check them out, and go with your guidance. Well, if you didn't know it by now, tomorrow is Labor Day. But you wouldn't know it by the weather. What is going on? Of course, we know what happened here in Cincinnati is we got a little bit of Hurricane Harvey up here. It's like I put on Facebook yesterday. It's 106 and clear in San Francisco, and it's overcast and 58 here. Who swapped the weather? And if you've ever been to San Francisco in the summer, 58 and overcast, pretty common. Well, hope you have plans to kick back tomorrow and not really do too much. Because we're such a doing society, aren't we? It's all about what you do. And so we had to create a day where we don't do much, where we relax, let go of all of our labors, to detach ourselves from our work for at least 24 hours. Now, for many of us, we get pretty attached to our work, don't we? When people ask us about our work, our usual answers are, well, I am a fill in the blank. I am a teacher. I am a surgeon. I am a clerk down at UDF. I am a something that is my job. And it's as if what we do is the identity that we are, but of course we know this isn't true at all, is it? Who we are not our jobs, even if we say we are. We have jobs. We have things that we do, but we are not our jobs, and we need to make that distinction. We could say in response, instead of saying, well, I am a, in my case, minister, we could say, I work at such and such a place doing this. I know that sounds a little awkward to say, but our jobs are simply what we do, and hopefully what we do is something that we are excited about, that we enjoy, that we do as well as we can. But even the best of jobs can become a little tedious at times, maybe even boring, especially things that you really don't like to do about your job. Maybe there's something that's very mundane, It's a real ritual, very repetitive. And in the midst of doing some of those things, did you ever find yourself dozing off? Have you ever caught yourself napping on the job? I gotta tell you a story about my son, Nathan. He's a great kid. He was attending Indiana University, and he wanted to earn some extra money. So he applied for a job in the call center at the financial aid office. And as a part of that process of applying for the job, they had to do this test. Would you believe he fell asleep during the test? You think he got the job? That's not what we call napping on the job. That's napping on the pre-job. Now, if you're ever caught napping on the job, there are some things that you can say that will definitely get you out of it. Such as, they told me at the blood bank this might happen. This is just a 15-minute power nap as described in that management course you sent me to. Oh, yeah. Yes, I left the top off the whiteout. You got here just in time to save me. I was testing my keyboard for drool resistance. Man, why did you interrupt me? I almost figured out the solution to our biggest problem here at this company. I wasn't sleeping. I was meditating on the mission statement and envisioning a new paradigm. And I like this one. The coffee machine was broken. But napping on the job is not really a bad thing. Here are some cat nap facts you didn't know. Did you know that Napoleon Bonaparte napped because he was a chronic insomniac? He could only sleep about 3 hours a night. Notice the first 3 letters in Napoleon's name. Thomas Edison napped in lieu of sleeping at night, which he believed was a waste of time, or as he called it, a deplorable regression to the primitive state of a caveman. And so he napped frequently, for long periods of time. Albert Einstein felt that daily naps refreshed his mind and made him more creative. During World War II, Winston Churchill scheduled his cabinet meetings around his daily cat naps. I don't know about President Trump, but Presidents Kennedy, Reagan, and Clinton were known to nap frequently. Salvador Dali napped in his armchair, holding a spoon over a metal pan on the floor below. And when he reached that REM level of sleep, his muscle tone changed, and the spoon fell into the pan below, waking him at just the right time. Edgar Cayce, the great seer and mystic, would nap on his books. Somehow he's able to grasp the knowledge contained in those books just by sleeping on them, and I wish that would have worked when I was in college. Man, would that have been good. I suppose we could use these folks as examples of there being an excuse for our napping. Look at what these people accomplished. Well, I did a little research into this whole idea of napping and discovered a recent posting on drnewtons.com blog. It's called The 5 Benefits of an Afternoon Siesta. Number 1, it boosts memory. Boosts memory. As I age, I've noticed that my memory not as sharp as it was. Maybe it's time for a nap. Maybe not now, but later. A study said that those who napped regularly for 10 or 20 minutes improved their performance on cognitive tests of memory and vigilance conducted in the subsequent 2.5 hours. Number 2, a siesta helps lower blood pressure. I was in the doctor's office this week, and they took my blood pressure, and I said, really, is it that high? Just, I'll take it in a couple minutes. He goes, so I'm sitting there trying to practice this napping thing. Okay, I got it down 4 points, but still. In the Journal of Applied Physiology, they found that a siesta habit is associated with a 37% reduction in coronary mortality. Napping is good for our health. Number 3, it calms the nerves. A University of Berkeley study found that a 90-minute nap, that's a big one, can potentially keep you calm. When studies show that when participants are faced with anger and fear and happiness at noon, and then again at 6, they found the subjects were significantly more upset by the angry and fearful faces later in the day, but not if they had had that lunchtime nap. Number 4, napping enhances creativity. Enhances creativity. Do you ever notice maybe you're at a block somewhere in some work you're doing and you just take a break from it, maybe close your eyes, and you come back to it with a whole different view, some new ideas? And number 5, this afternoon siesta helps to boost willpower. Sometimes we feel overcome by all that we're facing, and we don't feel the gumption to do much about it. Take a nap. Check out for a while. Be refreshed. People who experience the siesta in many Latin American countries, and Latin countries in general, we'll talk about Spain, places like that, know the value of taking a siesta. NASA did a study where they found out that 26 minutes of a nap improved pilots' efficiencies by 34%. If NASA says it's good, it's got to be good for us. It really does. But it helps us pay close attention to details and make good decisions when we are fully rested and have had a nap. Research indicates that the human body is inclined to rest in the middle of the afternoon as well as at night, even after adequate sleep. A heavy lunch does not make you sleepy. It simply unmasks the physiological sleepiness that is already in your body. And so a post-lunch dip in alertness, whether or not food is concerned, causes you to want to take a nap. And do you ever notice that around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's usually about 3, there is this shift that happens. Now, I don't know if it's just a shift in us biologically and physiologically, or whether it's a shift in the energy of the earth, if you go into that whole idea of how there are these vibrations of the earth. But it's a time to sit back and at the very least, relax, let go, 10 minutes or so, whatever you can do. We ministers, of course, like to practice what we preach. It's always good. And so we can always get away with napping on the job. Because we can simply say, well, I was contemplating my next sermon. That's always good. So perhaps we need to get over our guilt about needing to take a nap. To get over this idea that napping on the job is a bad thing. I would like to introduce you to my personal napping coach. His name is Buster. He arrived at our house 3 Labor Days ago, walking up our driveway, and let me tell you, I've got a long uphill driveway, a little orange guy. And our daughter, who was leaving at the time to go back to her place, stopped, picked him up, walked up to our house, handed him to us, and said goodbye. Buster never left. Buster even knew how to use a cat box. He was just, he was just barely out of being a kitten. And he was willing to eat the generic Dollar General $3 bag food. And he continues to sustain himself on those big 16-pound ones they have at Kroger for about $9. Loves dry food. When we were in Paris this past February, we were in the grocery store and I saw they had these little tins of cat food, and I saw the one for rabbit. And I said, Buster will love that. I came back and you should have seen what it was like getting through customs with that little tin of rabbit food. Oh, God. But I opened it up for him. And what did he do? He licked the gravy off and went back to his dry food. I don't know what it is about Buster, but let me tell you, Buster is a professional napper. You can see he's here working hard on his future vacation to London. And he is, I will say, one of those 3 o'clock people, cats. You won't find him anywhere. He likes to get under our king-size bed, right in the middle, out of arm's reach, and lay there till he's ready to wake up. He is, and I'm sure if you own a cat, you know about how your cat can be your napping coach. There is something to this idea of rest, and that our society needs to maybe value it a little more, because it helps improve our alertness, our energy level, our whole overall sense of well-being, not to mention the production and safety aspects of napping. Biblically speaking, there's a lot of support for this idea of napping. Do you remember what was going on when God pulled a rib from Adam to create Eve? It wasn't done under full anesthetic, let me tell you. Adam was napping. Didn't even know it happened. And there is a very well-documented power nap in the Bible. We read in Genesis 28, Jacob took one of the stones of the place and he put it under his head and lay down in that place. And he dreamed that there was a ladder set up on earth, the top of it reaching to heaven, and the angels of God were ascending and descending on it. And the Lord stood beside him and said, I am the Lord, the God of Abraham your father, and the God of Isaac. And the land on which you lie I will give to you and your offspring, and your offspring shall be like the dust of the earth, and you shall spread abroad to the west and to the east, and to the north and to the south, and all the families of the earth shall be blessed in you and in your offspring. Know that I am with you and will keep you wherever you go, and will bring you back to this land, for I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised to you. Then Jacob woke from his sleep and said, surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it. How awesome is this place? This is none other than the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven. What happens as a result of a nap and a bit of sleep can be quite reassuring. In this case, it brought a sense of God's presence to Jacob, that everything will be all right, things will work out. He felt that connection through the symbology, as we look here, of the angels ascending and descending on this ladder. In a metaphysical sense, angels represent messengers of God, divine ideas that inspire us, that comfort us, that strengthen us. Nappin gives us access to a deeper level of being than we're in most of the time during the day. And when we're so busy out there, sometimes we're just totally obtuse to what is available inside of us. So when a nap comes on, we can do either of two things. We can ignore it, or we can surrender to it. To go into that deeper level of consciousness, to the subconscious and to the superconscious level of our being. And through this inner consciousness, we will be renewed and refreshed. The psalmist wrote, I lie down and sleep. I wake again, for the Lord sustains me. May the sustaining nature of God help us through our napping. Now, we're not going to leave you in a state of napping, are we? Well, you could go out and tell everybody about this service and say, you know, it was a real yawner. Oh yeah, a real yawner. But we're going to do something right now that will help enliven us and help us think about our jobs a little bit. And so, let us turn things over.
Alden is going to share with us one of his other talents, which is playing the guitar. You ready to kick it off, Rev?
Yeah.
Taking care of business every day. Taking care of business everywhere. Taking care of business. It's all mine. Taking care of business. I'm working overtime, working overtime. If you're easy as fishing, you could be a musician. If you make the sounds loud and mellow. Get a second-hand guitar, chances are you go far. If you get taking care of business. Taking care of business. Taking care of business. Here we go. Taking care of business.
Every day,
Taking care of business.
every way I've been
Taking care of business.
it's all mine.
Taking care of business.
Overtime, y'all.
Taking care of business.
What you say?
Taking care of business.
Every day I've been
Taking care of business.
it's all mine.
Taking care of business.
Working overtime. Hey. All right. Taking care of business.
Right.
All right, if we weren't energized after that, you still sleep. So now, it's time to take our offering in our hands as we do our,
I don't get my nap before the offering? Oh, it's later on.
yes,
All
later
right.
on, David, thank you. So if you'll take your tithes and your offerings in your hand, we're going to do our offertory blessing. But in the meantime, I'm going to just ask, are there any first-timers here? While we get up here and get ready. Are there any first-timers here? We have a first-timer right here. Welcome to New Thought Unity Center. We hope you enjoyed our service today.
We're glad that you're here today, and Larry has something for you. A heart wing pendant wrapped around some information, and we'd love for you to have that. Anyone else that's here for the first time and want to pick up a pendant, they're going to be right back at the newcomers welcome table back there. And afterwards, if you go out these doors and go turn left and go down, we have Friendship Hall where we have conversation and some refreshments. And there'll be somebody napping in the corner down there. So just come and join us. We'd love to see you there.
So if you'll take your offering in your hands and say our offering statement with me. Divine love, moving in and through me, blesses and multiplies all that I give and all that I receive. And so it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Larry.
Good morning. Our fall program is a 6-week small group in-home book study that uses the book Hell in the Hallway, Light at the Door by Alden Studebaker. The books are available back there, and there's a few more downstairs. Know that we're not going to order any more books for here. These are the last. When they're gone, you can order them online, or we can help you with that. The program starts October 8th. Next week, you'll be able to start signing up for the groups. But this week is the last week for hosts and facilitators to sign up downstairs. There's a description in your bulletin to help you with that. And so this is the last week to sign up. So if you're feeling that urge, that might be spirit knocking at the door.
I started reading the book. It's pretty good, so we really want to support that. We've got a few more announcements, and we're going to run through them really quick, but you're not going to want to miss this Wednesday night. Kim Ballou is going to be here at 6:30 downstairs, a drumming circle experience and celebration. Love donation accepted.
Friday night this week, September 8th at 7 p.m. is the Friday night movie, Temple Grandin, the true story of a woman born with autism who finds her voice and a mission that changed the world.
The next week, there's not going to be any Wednesday evening service because on Thursday, September 14th at 7 o'clock, right here, we're going to have the World Day of Prayer Interfaith Service. So we invite you to bring a friend and come and raise the love vibration throughout the whole planet.
The Woman of Wisdom Fall Retreat is September 16th. Early registration ends today. If you want a discount, come down to the happenings table.
And we've got voting members classes starting on Sunday the 17th, the history of unity. Ever wonder where this movement came from? And that is a required class to become a voting member here at New Thought Unity Center, and a great refresher course for the rest of us.
And our prayer chaplains are always available to pray with you. You can connect with one after the service at the prayer flag. And next week they will be in the chapel after service for a quick meditation and prayer after the service.
Now let's hear it for record time through the announcements. We just did that. Everything else, and there's a few other things, can be found in your service, what is that thing? That's a bulletin. Yes, it's a bulletin, and so we're doing that. So, awesome. How are we today? Do we have any children downstairs? No? Okay, all the children are up here, all right?
Please go to that sacred space as we bless our tithes and our offerings and love gifts. Father, Mother God, we thank you for this opportunity to spend this day at New Thought Unity Center, for this opportunity to be a part of the blessing and the spiritual growth of our center. And we know that each one that gave from their hearts, and those that did not have to give still love us in a very special way from their hearts. So we thank you for blessing these tithes, love, gift, and offering, for the works they do at our center and all throughout the world. And we include everyone, and so it is. Amen.
Can we thank Alden Studebaker again for coming and blessing us with his presence today? Thank you, Alden. And let's all stand and turn towards the center of the room, leaving that center aisle open so that Alden can go back and greet us at the back as we go out. Find a hand to hold, and know that although this building is beautiful and historic, you are unity, and that's why we are here. So we know together our prayer for protection. Together,
the light of God surrounds me. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love of God. The power of God protects me. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever God is, I am. And we are one.
It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us, you and I. It's in every one of us, you be free. Find yourself, open your eyes and see. You can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us, you and hands up, here we go. It's in every one of us, you and I. Let's do taking care of business now. 1, 2, 3, yeah.